Once upon a time, there was a princess. This princess had all the resources and all the time in the world that she could possibly want. And she had an important occasion coming up. And it was really, really important to her to celebrate this occasion appropriately in a way that is full of joy and resonates with her deepest self and connects her to herself and to others. The reason why this is so important is because disappointment haunts this idea. The reason why it's important to do this carefully and to do this right is because if it's a disappointment, if it doesn't go the way that she plans, it might break her, because this is something that is so important for her to celebrate. So if the celebration doesn't go well, it's like, did she even do the accomplishment? The reason why this is hard is the Four of Cups. This girl's a princess, right? She has all the time and all the resources in the world. The problem with having all the time and all the resources in the world and being able to do anything is that it gets boring after a while. She's had balls. She's had garden parties. She's had every kind of celebration that there is to have out there. She wants something beyond that. And because her standards are so high, it is very hard for her to accept any idea as being worthy enough, good enough. Six of Wands. The celebration is in large part about being seen, about being recognized. She wants the kingdom to see what a good princess she is and how hard she's worked and how worthy she is of a big party. She wants to be successful not only because she was born into it as a princess, but because of her own accomplishments. She feels that if she can throw the perfect party, do the perfect celebration, then everyone will love her and she will be beyond reproach. Even more than that, the celebration is a metaphor, a microcosm, if you will, of everything that she still wants to accomplish and do for the kingdom. If she can't throw a good party, how can she expect to better the lives of her subjects? Event organizing pulls in a host of different skills, a host of different skill sets. And being able to bring this into materiality in that perfect way will reassure her that she can do anything, that she can create anything. Because having unlimited time and unlimited resources doesn't really help if you don't know what you want. If you don't know how to alchemize and transform those resources into the manifestation that you're searching for. It's important for her that this celebration goes well. because it will mean that anything is possible. And she so dearly wants to believe that anything is possible. In the past, she's jumped into situations without a care, without a thought. And in many ways, that has worked out for her. But in the future, she wants to depend less on spontaneity and more on planning, less on receiving from others and more on giving. She wants to show that she's someone who can be relied upon. She's someone who can be vulnerable and who can be brave, not only receive those things from others. She feels in many ways like she only has one shot. She only has one coin to invest. There's only one opportunity to have this big party. And she feels that this is something that she has been building towards for a long, long time. And she wants to continue to allow this to grow in the best way possible, even if that is low, even if that is arduous. She's prepared to do the hard work and the tedious work and the logistical work of throwing the best party she could possibly throw. She feels quite alone in this endeavor. Or like the people around her all have different opinions of how she should address this. And she's really internalizing all these different directions that she could take the celebration in. More small and intimate, large and grandiose, a mixture of both. The conflict surrounding her makes her want to just retreat into her shell and not even have the celebration at all. So many options, so many different opinions paralyze her and make her unable to make the decisions that need to be made. She wants to be confident and striking, executing her ideas with certainty and, you know what I mean? What I mean by that? Like follow through. Not a glancing blow, not a hesitant blow, but right on target, going straight for it. She fears that the celebration might come across as fumbling, as someone who's inexperienced and unsure of how to communicate with others in such a way that the celebration can bring about that connection that is so important to us, to her, connection to herself and connection to others. At the end of the day, she does have her celebration. And she learns that what's most important is surrounding herself with things that are of the same vibration than what she wants to bring in. It's about creating a garden and the bees will come. It's about prioritizing her own feelings and what she wants to see made manifest, and being certain that she is worthy of the future that she wants. She's right that this party is symbolic and stands for much more than just a celebration. It's about showing off the life she's built, the effort she's put in, the authenticity that runs through her every action. That's what this party is really about. So she has the party, it's awesome, and she lives happily ever after. Let me know what you thought of this slightly different setup. I think telling it through a story allows each of us to superimpose our own interpretations. And through the specificity of a story, and like really, it's more of a vignette than a story, right? I wouldn't say we really had that much of a concrete beginning, middle, end, though we don't need one. So I hope that through the specificity of this vignette, it is able to be applicable to many of you. Through specificity, we're able to generalize. Whereas I find it a little bit harder if I was to tell you a general message and you had to find where in your life that specifically is. So I had fun. I thought it was a fun story. And let me know if there's any other cards or any other spreads you'd like me to see me do with this format. Thanks for watching. This is the Ali Empress. Like, subscribe.